Good morning, lovely people. Welcome. My name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK, and it is Monday morning. And here we are to have a little bit of a catch up and a play. And I thought I'd start by reminding you that this month, so all through October, so if you want any of the papers that I'm about to show you, I'll show you sort of the packs that I've got here, so they're not full packs. You can get them all at 15% off between now and the 31st of October. So if you want things like "'Tis the Season," so this is a nice Christmas paper, and I've not really played with this one yet, and I need to get it out and play with it. So nice greens, reds, traditional Christmas papers, checks, spots, holly leaves, turn it over, lots of lovely reds and greens, so lovely patterns for all those Christmas projects. There's a nice holly one, isn't it? So that is the "'Tis the Season." What else have we got here? Let's pop that back in its pack so I don't lose it. We've got Heartwarming Hugs, another Christmas paper. You've got stripes and spots and pretty patterns and ginghams. Yeah, another lovely set for your backgrounds for your Christmas cards. We've got the Playing with Patterns. We've played with this a few times, and it really is Morning Hannah. Lots of patterned papers in lots of lovely colours. Really fun backgrounds and things that you can create with those. Whale of a Time. There's not actually very much left in my Whale of a Time pack, but I have got a new pack over the back there, because I love this paper. So you've got pretty patterns, so sea sort of scenes, turtles, fishies, octopus, seahorses, whales, lovely backgrounds. A great paper. I love that pack of paper. So that is on special offer. Toil Tidings. Been using this quite a lot as background for Christmas cards and things, and some of my Christmas in a box, or some of my post classes in the post. But really nice backgrounds again. There's that nice check, and you get one side in garden green and one side in real red. You got that nice stripe. So yeah, lovely papers for creating your Christmas projects or your Christmas bags or your Christmas packaging. The Poinsettia Place. Again, there's not very much left in this pack. But another really lovely paper with the poinsettias that you can cut out, you can die cut. Great stuff. The snowflakes, we had a bit of a look at that on Friday. But again, one side you've got all the lovely snowflakes. The other side you've got all the nice patterns. That's in the sale. Magic in This Night. Now this is a pack that's been put together for your Halloween projects, but is for so much more. Look at those beautiful flowers. Look at that gorgeous background. You've got spiders on there. But you've got this nice check that make a nice man's card. It's a lovely black and white flower that you can sponge. Sort of cobwebby patterns. You've got some bats. Lovely florals. So although it is, look at those roses on there, although it is a sort of Halloween pack, there's lots of potential for it outside of Halloween. It's really lovely papers. I love the colours, sort of Blackberry Bliss and Pretty Peacock type colours. The Trimming the Town Suite. We're about to be launching into this in the Lilypad Stamp Club if you want to come and join us. But you've got all the lovely houses and that great big sort of background sheet, snowflakes, all the people, the little holly wreaths, the red and white spots. Really nice, bright, bold pack of papers there. That's in the sale. In Good Taste. Now this is the one that you get double the amount of sheets in. So you still get 2 of each sheet, but there's 20 designs. 20 designs, 24 designs. I might have got that wrong. It's double the amount anyway. Yeah, we normally get 12 sheets, don't we? You get 24 sheets. So 12 different designs, but really great for backgrounds, great for scrapbooking. You've got your wood effects, you've got your sort of fabric effects. It's just a great pack of paper. So that is in the sale. Artistry blooms, all these lovely bright colours. You can find that in the sale. Look at that gorgeous green, aren't they beautiful? The playful pets, so all the cats and dogs. There's some dogs, so all the cats and dogs papers and the things that go with them, little fishes and scratch, wag, play, woof, furry backgrounds. That's in the sale. Peony garden, beautiful petal pink and basic grey and grey granite colour. There's not a lot left in that one, but I have got another pack that I've ordered that's just arrived in. And forever greenery, there's another pack arrived with this as well. All these beautiful leaves, just beautiful, beautiful papers. And last but not least, I've got this to one side because I'm going to be digging into this morning. The plaid tidings, great for all year round. This one, brilliant to have on hand for some of your men's cards. But there's some really pretty feminine colours in there as well. So all of those papers, all at 15% off, and you can just order the one pack that you want. You haven't got to order 3 or 4, or it's just each pack is available at 15% off. So for most of them, that means that they're £9.14 instead of £10.75, except for the In Good Taste, which is normally £20 and is now £17. So don't forget to stock up on your paper. I'd hate you to get to the first week of November and think, oh, we should have got some more of that paper. Do it now. Do it now while you've got it on special offer. And the other thing that I wanted just to flag up is this Curvy Celebrations. Now this is going to be released to customers on the 3rd of November. But is available to demonstrators now. So if you would like to get your hands on this now, you can come and join the family and add it into your starter kit. Mine has arrived. So you've got the quite curvy stamp set, gorgeous birds and all these sort of curvy stamps, curvy greetings, this beautiful sort of ivy bough there. You can imagine those little birds nesting in there. Really lovely. So that's the quite curvy stamp set. And then, as you can see, I've not even opened these dies up. Let's do that. We're being watched by a pigeon today. She's like, what are you doing? I'm just working out what I'm going to do. So here we are. You've got these lovely curvy dies. So this one sort of leaves a dotty edge. This one leaves a sort of, not quite fleur-de-lis edge, but that's sort of a pattern. And you've got this sort of leaf border just here. You've got these that cut out your stamps here. You've got your little dies to cut out your birds. You've got a bit of a greenery there. And you've got a little bit of foliage down there. And you've got a die to cut that out as well. So really nice stamp and die bundle, which, as I say, is going to be available. It's available to demonstrators now, to customers from the 3rd of November. But the other thing that's going to be available, but only up until the end of December, is Curvy Christmas. And as you can see, you've got curvy sentiments. You've got this lovely swoosh of stars and this tree line, like this bow. You've got your little stars and your little snowflakes. So that's really cute, and there's some papers that go with that as well. So as I say, if you want to get your hands on, let me just grab the papers. If you want to get your hands on these lovely things, then you have 2 options. Stand by your bed, wait until the 3rd of November and you'll be able to add them into your basket. Or if you really can't wait until then, then consider adding them to a starter kit. And you can, you can put these things in your starter kit and add other things to them. Here are the papers: cherry cobbler, Sahara sand, shaded spruce. Again, really lovely background Christmas papers. So I think we might have a play with that on Friday. But for today we're going to play with a stamp set, another stamp set and die that I had come through in an order. So those are the offers that are currently running, or the things that are currently running that you need to be aware of. Don't miss out. But for today I've had another stamp set and die come through that I want to play with. And again, I've not even opened these up. They came in an order on Friday. And I've been having half an eye on these ever since they came out, and I've finally succumbed. So this is the Love of Leaves set. And the stamp set is really lovely, and it's got some beautiful greetings in and sort of watercolour backgrounds. But the thing that is going to give it an extra wow are these dies. Now you can see from that not only do those dies cut out those images with a stitched outline, but you've also got these centerpieces that provide stitching on the inside of the leaves as well. Just beautiful. So great autumn set, but obviously you colour the leaves how you like. You can equally make them summery, add them in with some flowers. Really beautiful. So I thought we would have a play with this morning. So this is a Photopolymer Stamp Set. I'm going to have a quick slurp of my tea. And as you can see, it is pristine. This is its first time it's seen the light of day. I met up with my daughter and her partner and my granddaughter and my new little grandson yesterday, and we went for a bit of a traipse round a country park, and my granddaughter was gathering up great big leaves and all different colours. It was just such a beautiful bouquet. I've taken a photo of it actually, but she had this beautiful bouquet of leaves in all of these different colours. So I think we ought to, as a starting point, see if we can't recreate Thea's beautiful bouquet of autumn flowers. I'm going to take some Whisper White card. Let's just cut ourselves, I might leave it as a half piece actually, and we'll see how much of it we take up. Let's sit that on there. I've grabbed some colours here. I'm going to pop that one to one side for a minute. I've got some Old Olive. I was just trying to think of the colours that she'd got and what might work. Got a bit of rich raspberry, some cherry cobbler, some pumpkin pie, some crushed curry, and a bit of Cajun craze. So I think those are all, aren't they? They're all regal colours. Autumn colours are very regal, aren't they? I'm going to take this big stamp just here. I might take some of the others, but I think this big stamp just here is going to be my focus. And I'm going to start off with some crushed curry. So let's ink this up quite well. Now these are one of these stamps, you can tell by the picture on the front that you're going to get some bits that are slightly more faded than others. It's not going to be a solid colour. then you have this sort of multi-tonal effect. And of course that was the first time that I've stamped with that stamp. And they do always get slightly better as you go along. Let me just give that a bit of a clean. Then I think we'll have an old olive one. Beautiful. I'm going to go in with another crushed curry, I think. Let's bring it down here. I'm going to swap my leaves. I think I'm going to have this one just here. Let's go in cherry cobbler with that one. Might do another cherry cobbler one. Nope, that one hadn't got quite so much colour on the top there, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Dab. And then I'm going to take, let's just put some lids on so I don't lean in them. I know I'm likely to. I'm going to take, I think, this leaf just here, and I'm going to do a couple of Cajun craze ones in this leaf just here. There we go. So let us another quick slurp of tea. Let me then I've got my plate number 1, my plate number 2. Let's put down my magnetic plate number 5. Let's lay down this bit of card and let's have a look at these leaves. So I'm going to go first of all, let's ease off this big leaf just here, and you've got that nice little pokey hole there that you can see your stalk through to make sure that that's lined up nicely. I think it's going to let me lay that in the same time. Like that. Let's do the same with this one. Line up the stalk in that little peephole. Left a bit, right a bit, fire. And then we'll take 2 of these ones. Obviously one is going one way and one is going the other. There's not 2 different leaves though, is there? No. So obviously you can twiggle that. If you happen to do a mirage image of that stamp, or if you're cutting it out of paper, you can. Let's So make sure we get the right leaf shape for the right. Yeah, that's that one. That's that one. Ooh, I think it would be better to put it in the right way round. We'll have it facing down, shall we? That will work much better. Just want you to move down slightly, please. I knocked that one, didn't I? Right, let's run those through the machine and see what happens. What we hope will happen, I'm sure will happen, is that those leaves will be cut out and they'll have a nice stitched detail. So let us see. So there's our leaf with a lovely stitched detail, isn't that beautiful? And if you have a look here, and this is what we're going to utilise in our next card, where it's cut it out, it has left a stitched outline around there. So that is a whole nother feature that we are, as I say, I think we will make use of that in our next project. So then we have a red one. Evening, Michelle. Look at those. They're beautiful. There's our Cajun Craze one. Let's just run through the next lot. Now I think I'm going to put the centerpiece on first and then the outside bit. So the outside leaf on the inside of the die cuts your leaf shape out, and on the outside of the die leaves a stitched outline behind. The pigeon agrees. That one. Should we go for the green one, and then that will just leave us that last yellow one to cut. As I say, I'm doing these in autumn colours just because I was thinking about Thea's leaf bouquet yesterday, but it could easily, hi Jackie, could easily be summer colours. To go with bright bold flowers, could be with your poppies. Just that stitch detail on the leaves in the background, they certainly aren't ties to autumn by any means. You could have them in soft pastels going with blossom for spring. There's a nice green one. Seen some samples with them in foil that looks rather beautiful with those, that stitch detail. Let's come back and do our last large one. Wiggle that round till we're happy with it. we go. Let's move that out to one side for a minute. Now, I'm very aware that the thing with autumn leaves is that they are never just one colour. Let's lose that stamp. Let me pop the stamp on there, and obviously I've not yet even got a magnetic sheet out for my dies. But what I am going to do is I'm going to grab my box that contains sponges and daubers for the regal colours. So let's have a look. Let's take one of these yellow ones, and we'll take some pumpkin pie. And let's just bring in a bit of pumpkin pie on there. The other thing I'm going to do, let's come to Cajun Craze, I think. And I think I'll get a water brush. Let's add a bit of water to there. And let's just add in a few Cajun Craze spots onto that one. Okay, sit that to one side for a minute. Let's get rid of our splatters off our glass mat. Then I think we'll take, let's go with cherry cobbler. Let's take out the yellow leaf. Let's add in a bit of cherry cobbler on this one. Then we've got this old olive one. And I think for that one, I'm going to add in some crushed curry on the top of there. And it's quite nice where those sort of, it's not such a solid colour. That obviously picks up the yellow a bit more. I think we might add some Cajun Craze spots to that as well. That's a nice splat. Let's come in with, let's pop the lid on some of these. I think, what about a bit of rich raspberry on there? Here we go. Add in a bit of sort of a hue of purple. That one might come in a bit stronger with the purple. Nice. Might do a bit more purple on here. But I might also come in with some suppose that's the thing, isn't it? No two leaves are the same. It just depends how they're changing colour. Old olive. Let's have a bit of green on this one as well. Nice. So then we've got our two cherry cobbler ones here. I think where that we didn't ink that very well on that end, I'm definitely going to come in with some old olive there. Let's take that down the whole of that centre. And then this one, let's come back to some pumpkin pie. Of course, these don't have to be leaf coloured at all. I mean, something like this you could do in pastel colours and add in some more sponging. You could create a flower out of that. That would be really pretty. Right, let's just shut up some of these pads so that I don't lean on them. Put my sponges away. Give that a little bit of a wipe. Bring in tatty tea towel. Right, so now we have some serious autumn leaves. With browns and greens and blues, all sorts of things going on. So we need to decide what background we're going to put those on. There we go. Or a soft suede. Quite like the soft suede, I think. Right, let's cut a mat of soft suede. So we'll go 14.4 by 10. I'm going to take this die here because it's just, I'm going to get magnetic sheet out. I shall do that before I put them all away. I'm going to take this die here that's quite nicely stuck to the sheet. Off you come. If it is too much of a bind getting these off, the solution is just to get your heat gun and just heat it slightly from the back, and that will warm the adhesive just enough for you to be able to release that without, particularly if it's small dies that are liable to bend. That was quite a nice big solid die, but if it's a small outline die that's liable to bend, just pop your heat gun on and heat the back, and that will help it release. I'm going to pop that on there. Ooh, look, I think that would, shall we try it? Shall we go for coming back the other way too? We want those, we want these to overlap just here, so they're going to be slightly off coming the other way, but let's give it a double whammy. It's rather fun, isn't it? Now we've got to decide. Really a deep emboss. You can see on the other side the stitching as it's come through. So now we've got to decide how we're going to have these laid out. Not sure about that. Let's perhaps bring it round this way. As Thea was carrying her leads around, she had them fanned out. Perhaps we'll fan them out. Let's have a look what greeting we're going to have. That will help us to decide final. I quite like the one that just says, "I thought of you today." It's quite nice, isn't it, to know that somebody has you in mind. I thought of you today. You've also got, "I'm so glad you're in my life." You could add that in as well. Not quite. Let's just cut ourselves a little. It's the white label. Got so many samples from card classes piled up on the side that I need to sort out. There we go. Let's come in with, what colour shall we have? I think perhaps we'll have cherry cobbler. And let's come back to our sponges and things. And I think I'm going to take crushed curry and old olive. So let's come first of all. Let's bring some crushed curry. Coordination all the way. Yeah, I could have taken inspiration, couldn't I? I could have had some blue leaves, bit of crumb cake, and what do you think, terracotta tile. take inspiration from everywhere. Right, I've now picked up a bit of old olive, and I'm going not quite so far in, just around the outside with some old olive, so that our label blends into that background a little bit. Grab, I just want linen thread, or do I want braided linen thread? I think I might have some braided linen thread. Let's mop ourselves up a little bit again. The other thing you could do with these leaves is scrunch them up. You could make them sort of curly and those make a lovely sort of, you could use them for 3 home decor projects, couldn't you? But I've just wiped this. This is my very disgusting but very, very useful Simply Chamois, and then my tatty tea towel to dry up afterwards. So, oh yes, always have my Simply Chamois on hand. Clean your stamps, wipe your water brush off on it, clean up your, because I've got glass mat, wipe my fingers if I've got too much ink on them and I'm about to transfer it all over the place. Oh, what is this? This is my glass mat. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. I've had my glass mat for years and years and years and years. I've had a few people comment on it, actually. Right, let's find some glue. So actually, now I've curled them and things, I'm not going to want to... Glass mats, I had mine from the NEC, I think, years ago, but you can get them all over the place. I'm not even sure what make mine is a tonic glass mat. But yeah, there are various glass mats around. This is a 12-inch one. But they are really useful for clearing, because you can just clear stuff off of it. I love how that Cajun Craze's spots have dried on there now. So I'm just putting some glue on the centre. I'm not gluing the edges because I've curled them. I'm allowing it to be a bit free fall. Let's have this one up here. And so this one coming out over here. Not even necessarily getting those so that they're even. I love the way that one's curling. I might put this one in here. I might put that on some dimensionals. Where are you, big dimensionals? Oh, before I put that one on there, let's take The stamp set is Love of Leaves, and then the dies are the stitch leaf dies that go with it, which are called, if only I could find the case to that. I will find it for, oh, I've got it here, look. I was so organised. The Love of Leaves bundle. So it's this Love of Leaves stamp set, which is quite easy to sort of almost pass by, but it's these dies that make all the difference. Because, I mean, you can see there, look at the metallic ones there with that detailing. Just beautiful. And obviously we stamped them in one colour, sponged in some others. Because we were making Thea's leaf bundle from yesterday. Where has my greeting gone? It's the second thing today that has just completely disappeared from the face of the earth. I am sure I have borrowers that come in and, you know, the minute that I turn my back, they whip things away and then they sneak them back into a place that I've probably looked 20 times before. Right, let's have that greeting come on there, and then this leaf here, I think we're going to have, and put that up on a dimensional, and we'll have a little bit of glue at the top here. Oh, I didn't want it to be quite that much glue, but that's okay. That's rather fun, isn't it? And that is very reminiscent of Thea's beautiful bouquet of leaves that she picked up at the country park yesterday. So let's stick that onto a card base. It does come as a bundle, Beryl. So yeah, it is the Love of Leaves bundle, which is £45 in the UK. So for that you get all the leaf dies and that stamp set. Obviously you can get either or. You can have just the dies or just the stamp set. But if you want it as a bundle, and it's in the August to December catalogue, it's a new one in there, so it is a 10% bundle. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at those. Just beautiful. Oh, that card has made me happy. So even if I never ever take this stamp set and die out again, which believe me I will, that card has made me happy. Okay, so the other thing I thought we would do, because we were talking earlier, just about to lose an ink pad down the side of my unit. The other thing we were talking about earlier was these papers. The beautiful, beautiful plaid tidings. So you've got all of these plaids. They're just great, aren't they? So I thought we'd take one of these and we would utilise the fact that these dies leave that stitched outline in the bit, in the sort of negative bit. So I'm going to take this die, this stamp just here, and let's have a look. Will that fit? No, not quite. Oh, it might in a stitched rectangle. Sorry, apologies. Beating you up, knocking you about. Let's have a look at a stitched rectangle. That would work. Will it come down one? I do believe it will. So let us cut ourselves a stitched rectangle and we'll cut ourselves a stitched leaf from the middle of it. And we're going to use this great nice sort of again, it's autumnal colours, but we could. There's no reason why it couldn't be any colour you fancy. What should we have? Should we have it on a bit of an angle in the middle there? That would be quite fun, wouldn't it? Let's make sure that it's coming straight down the lines of the plaid. Otherwise it will send your eyes a bit skew when it's cut out. So let us have a look. We have got a beautiful plaid leaf. Now they would look lovely, wouldn't they? You could cut out a whole load of different leaves from the different plaids. Go on and put that stitch detail in. They would look really lovely. Might do that as a bonus project and post that up. But the other thing that I've got now is, can you see the stitch detail on there? We have a leaf shape cut out of plaid. With the stitch detail on it. Now, what I'm tempted to do, let us measure this. This is 7.5 by 11-ish. So 7.5 by 11. Let's make 11.5 by 8. And if I've held those numbers in my head, I should have written them down. Never trust your brain, Helen. But hopefully, if I have remembered those numbers correctly. Yep. Hi Glenda. So I think what we'll do now is let's find the inner bit of that leaf. And let's rest that in there. Are we happy that that's quite central? Yes, I think so. I'm going to take that away. I'm going to run that through machine. So now we have that stitch detail in there. Let's bring back in our outline. So now we've got the stitch going around the plaid, we've got the stitch on the leaf. As I say, just because I've done those in autumn colours, you could equally do them in pretty spring colours. So you know, you could have gone blues, or you could go sort of pink. You don't have to. There just is such lovely papers in there. Look at that one, that would look pretty, wouldn't it? Pinks and yellows. So it really doesn't have to be autumnal colours, they can be what colours you like, but that's really quite pretty. I'm going to stick that directly on there, I think. Let's just put a bit of spot of glue on these bits that are coming down so that they don't lift up. How lovely is that? Let's have a grab a bit more of this braided linen thread. I do love these linens, whether it's just the linen thread or the braided linen trim, because they are so neutral. They do give a lot of scope, and obviously there's no reason why you couldn't colour them. Made that very long, didn't I? But it's not quite long enough to chop it off and do a knot, so I'll just leave it as it is and then pop another bit through there, thread that through there. And we'll give that a knot. Now, shall we go? Wants to be more than just a white background. Yeah, I think we'll go a crumb cake background. Crumb cake's so lovely. It's sort of a bit reminiscent of craft card, so it's that great sort of neutrally colour option. Let's cut that at 14.9 and score at 10.5. Let's have a look. What do you think? Looks like a bit of rich raspberry in that paper. Ooh, that's quite nice. I think I'm going to cut a strip of rich raspberry. So that was 8 centimetres. Let's make this make it 6, because we can always trim it down again if we decide 6 was. No, I think that's about right. We'll have that as a 6 metre. Oh my word! That would be terrifying. Shall we add in our stitching? So what I'm going to do, because this is all going to be behind here, I'm going to do a bit at the top and then I'm going to sneak it down and do a bit at the bottom as well, just so that that stitching is peeking out either side and it won't matter that it's a bit jumbled in the middle. So we've done the top. Let's just bring this down to the bottom, and then, as I say, you'll have a funny little jumbled bit in the middle, but that won't matter because you won't see it. That die would be great to draw around and make a cityscape, wouldn't it? It's not going to cut you one out, but it will die you one. So you get this funny sort of jumbled bit in the middle where you've got 2 loads of the dies, but look, that doesn't show at all when you come to stick that front on, and that's quite nice, that sort of stitched detail just there. So let's stick that panel on the front of this card. So that was a 14.4 long piece of card, 6 centimetres wide. We'll put some dimensionals on here. obviously if you've got other of the autumny stamps, so if you've got things like Beautiful Autumn with those little punches that punch out the leaves and the acorns and things, you'll be able to use these together. Now we just want a little greeting of some sort, don't we? I think I might go hello. I think I literally want a little greeting. And I think we'll go to crumb cake to match the crumb cake. I have lots of bottomlets of crumb cake, so I'm sure that I can find a nice little bit. What colour? I think we'll go early espresso. And that is the colour card that we've got behind our paper just here. Let's find Itsy Bitsy block. Block number A. You want to try and get a block that's as near the size of your stamp as you can. Wonky. Let's just find some mini dimensionals. I got sparkly things have I got that would I think I'm going to go champagne rhinestones, am I? Oh, actually, I might just take these clear faceted ones from the Elegant Faceted Gems. They'll almost look like raindrops. That will be quite nice. Let's just put a few of those on. Okay, so it's a bit of card that I'm going to have a play with in a bit. So we started off inspired by my granddaughter's bouquet of leaves from yesterday, stamping in one colour, sponging on in others. Got this lovely stitch detail. We gave them a bit of a curl and a bit of a 3D, and we've got this stitched in the background, this stitched element. We did one top and one bottom. So that's one lot, and then this one we've taken some of that plaid paper that's on sale this month. We've die cut that out and got that stitched outline. We've added the stitch on the card behind for the leaf that's peeping through. Added some stitch detail to the rich raspberry that's coming behind there. Bit of linen thread, bit of braided linen trim, and some of those faceted clear gems, and a little hello. So two cards playing with the Love of Leaves bundle. And as I say, the stamp set can be, that might look at first glance a little bit nondescript, but when you add in the detail that you get from the dies, just beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed those. I certainly did. I've got ink all over my hands, sign of a good hour spent. And I will be back and see you all very, very soon. Have a great week.